One of the most important concepts in mathematics is actually the concept on function and relation. Because as we deal with higher mathematics later, we are going to talk about functions from time to time. But let's start with a relation. A relation is actually a relationship between two sets. We have here this set here and this set, and let's say this is set X and set Y. And if there are elements on set X as well as on set Y, and each of the elements in set X is mapped to elements in Y, then we can call it a relation. And if we're going to duplicate it in this manner, this is also considered to be a relation. In simpler sense, we can have X and Y here because relation is a set of ordered pairs X, Y as defined in mathematics. X is an element of set X and Y is an element of set Y. This is an example of a relation. There is a set of ordered pairs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 5, 7. The first entries on each ordered pair are elements of X, and the second entries for each ordered pair are elements of Y. And if we are going to say 1, 2, that would mean 1 is related to 2, or 1 can be mapped to 2. On the other hand, a more specific type of relation is called function. Consider the first given relation earlier. We have these 2 points, the red colored and the yellow colored points, but these points are mapped to more than 1 points or entries on our set Y. Okay, so they are mapped to more than 1. This is why it's still a relation. But for a function to be called function, each of the elements on our X should be mapped to only 1 element in Y. That's the consideration if we talk about a function. So given here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6, 7. Because we can see here that for the first entries, no entries are repeated in every ordered pair, unlike the previous example earlier. Now, what if we have another point in X, but it connects to the same, or it is mapped to the same entry in Y? Is it still a function, or can it only be a relation? The answer is it's still a function. That is because the consideration for function is that only an element of X should be mapped to only 1 value in our Y. But if 2 or more elements in X are mapped to a single value of Y, it's still a function. So just like this one here, we have this example 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, and 2. We have 1, 3, and 5 for X, all mapped to 2 on our Y. This is still considered to be a function, because then again, when we say relation, we have here elements or same elements in X that is mapped to different values in Y. Now, if we want to look at the consideration of an equation, we can determine whether an equation is a relation or not once we look into y squared. Once you have y squared in your equation, even if it's equal to 4, a constant, or an expression x, or x minus 1, or even x squared plus 3, once you see y squared, automatically it means that there are 2 possible values of y for every value of x. Automatically, that's just a relation. Now, we will have to provide you videos with regards to functions and relations, and we also have videos on operations on functions and other concepts revolving functions. So please try to review our channel for that.